Hey folks, I'm Sir Vainglory, and welcome to part 37 of my campaign as Gondor in Divide and Conquer. So, not much has changed as you can see. We're still holding our 2 crossing points. Recently defeated armies at Cair Andros and Osgiliath, and we're just waiting for the next sieges to arrive. So, I'm not going to waste any time, we'll just go ahead and start the turn. Expecting still to make a decent amount of money, despite doing a fair bit of retraining, but we should be well enough off. We're getting to the point where we're just about ready to support stronger armies. Okay, Cair Andros wasn't besieged, and at Osgiliath, the army on the bridge was just orc rabble. But in eastern Osgiliath, the Witch King was there with another small force, so
have a taste of my blade.
That looks slightly stronger than it was. And there's the Witch King there. Okay, so it looks like the Witch King sent his troops forward.
I'm gonna stick you.
Not entirely sure. I think all in all there's about 3,000 troops were sat there before. Relations worsened with the Dunlendings, really? Okay. We've got a retraining done in our territorial guardsmen in Fanwilond. And a wee bit of red this time around, but we've still got plenty of cash. Right. We weren't able to retrain back here last time, and it's going to be, well, we can't see it from here, a couple of turns before we can retrain these guys, but we'll do that eventually. And Cair Andros, we've got plenty of Ithilien Rangers now. Could do with retraining the Cav to get them up to full strength, but I don't think we've got stables here. $8 gold. Well, we've got a leather tanner. Is that fairly recent? May as well invest in our troops if there's slight improvements to be made, perhaps to armour. Good enough. And there's Osgiliath. Yep, everybody there is full strength or thereabouts. Could recruit some more troops in here. We've got leather worker there. Quite a while before it's complete. Let's retrain them since we can. And I don't think I'm going to recruit another company of Gondor militia. Want to invest or where possible in our infrastructure. Calanad, we've not looked at you for a long time. Didn't even know that you had troops there. Should I send them up to Cair Andros? That would give you 4 companies of territorial guardsmen. Yeah, okay. But then the reason that they're there actually is for the free upkeep, I'm fairly sure. So we'll just leave them. We don't need them up front at the moment. Let's have
Awaiting your command.
this general continue on his march.
Let us set up
And Fanwilond is where we also recruited some territorial guardsmen. Can't retrain. We're constructing leather worker there as well. Pelarger. Now, communal farming, it's probably about time we went for that here. Yeah, let's, hang on, governor's quarters, we don't need them. We'll go for the farming just now. We've still got a wee bit of money, a wee drop. I could potentially invest somewhere out here. Again, we're working on farming there. Did I get stables anywhere? I'm just thinking I would like to retrain those cav, but it's not possible at the moment. 2,100 gold for that, and I doubt very much we've got them in Gondor or Londgalen. So you just need to stay put for now. What sort of army do we have? Just a couple of companies there. I think we might want some more troops in Londgalen, just in case the Corsairs attack again. So let's see, what could we recruit? Already got 1 unit of Anfilis pikemen. Probably want some archers in here. We don't have any. So let's do that. We can get 2, so we'll take 2. Back in Fanmeland, we're well enough equipped back here. That's not good to see. They've got a lot of cav as well. 2 strong armies in there now. Dol Amroth have dallied over long before trying to take care of them. So we'll end up getting dragged into that at some point, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we've spent all our cash. We have no attacks to make at the moment, I don't think. You carry on up here.
Yes.
You're going looking for alliances. And yep, I wanted you to try and get through there before.
Without question.
High Elven faction leader, but we can't get to him.
My lord speaks highly of you.
Enidwaith, we're allies with them already, and we can't get to anyone else.
Your orders.
So let's just bring you over there and see if this doesn't clear up a bit. We can't get past there at all. Right, so you stay where you are. And with that, we will end the turn, I think. I could sally out, attack these guys. We've got... No, I don't think I'll bother. If I had a few more archers, or if I had at least the same number of archers, but as Athelian Rangers, might be worthwhile. But we need to march all the way through the town, cross the bridge through eastern Osgiliath, before we actually get to these guys, I think. The way that the battle map plays out. So we'll just wait for them to come to me. Okay, moving on. I wonder how much of a disadvantage it is to Dol Amroth, the fact that they have to go before Variag every turn. Because they seldom seem to react and be able to deal with them effectively.
Show yourselves!
Okay, so they have thrown in more troops.
Cowards!
But hopefully that won't mean too much. We do sometimes suffer a wee bit in Western Osgiliath in particular, with the amount of casualties that we take. Suitable husband, his name is Friend, let's accept that. Dunlarach besieged. One ring's located in Dunerd. Well, we're not going anywhere near Dinard. Max celebrations. War declared Rohan and Dol Guldur. Rohan still survive, which is great actually. Retraining done. Construction of communal farming in Anulond. Retinue expands for a few people, and end of turn report. We lost a wee bit of money. 2 settlements besieged. Okay, while we're over in this general vicinity,
My
you
lord.
can't get past there. Damned goblins. There's no other way into Rivendell, obviously. So just stay where you are, Turgon. Your buddy over wherever he is. Ah, he's up here.
Your orders. As
Carry
you
on. The meat and potatoes of the turn. Right, so what do we have in here now?
Have a taste of my
Just
blade.
lots more scum. They do have some Sauron's will. But I would expect this army's capable enough of dealing with them. It'll be another turn before we can retrain here. I'd expect, yep. Blacksmith will be done soon. In fact, the blacksmith will be done next turn when we go to retrain those troops. This army here,
I'm gonna stick you.
again, just the usual. So we will sally out and attack them once again. That's pretty standard operating procedure for us now. They heading up towards Tarnost. I am not pleased with that. So let's take these troops. We'll get them on the march. You want to head up that general direction.
Yes,
So you head for there.
we can go no further today.
Take those men.
As you wish. Join
So that
in
leaves us
forces, my lord.
the 2 territorial guards and a general. We'll take Cameron out from
Your
Brethel
weapons.
because I would expect that's better in terms of our income. So this force will march up to help Tarnost if need be. We've got you nearby. Let's throw you in here for now.
Marchmen,
And we will bring Hirluin.
maintain order.
I don't want to do that. Do I want Cav besieged inside Tarnost?
I will not waste words on you.
It is 60 men. I think we'll leave him in Ethring. Right. All's peaceful around here. Do I want to recruit more men? What can we recruit here, if anything? Some Lamedon clansmen. A slightly better defence than the militia. And better attack than the guardsmen. But their upkeep cost is so much higher. Slightly fewer men. Charge bonus 5, which is not going to be that useful. And these guys have a slightly better shield. Okay, let's get them under recruitment. And just do what we can to try and dissuade these guys from actually coming after us, if that is indeed their intent. We don't have any other armies around. So, where can I potentially invest? Minas Tirith, you're already building another turn. What could we build here if we wanted to? Public fountains, land clearance. I suppose you've got a decent enough population here. We can't improve the tax rate. I think I would rather focus, if I can, on towns. Smoking house, we don't want. Pelargir, you're already building. Brethel, you're a keep, so again, don't really want to spend money in there. Aethring, can afford chicken farming. Slight increase in income. Boosted population growth. Let's go for that. Okay. And before I end the turn, I'm going to go out and shoot these guys as much as possible. So, as usual, I'll do that off camera, and then I'll bring you guys back when we're ready to move on to the next turn. Okay, so here we are. A lot of carnage. We didn't actually get outside the walls this time. The enemy decided to stand there, and when I sallied out, they started to charge towards us immediately. So our archers took it in turns to stand in the walls and pick away at the enemy units. Well, pick away at them. I tried to get the units within range of the towers, try to get them down to below 40. And then let the towers pick away at them while the archers turned their attention to other units. So I would hope that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd hope that we've wiped out 6 at least units for absolutely no losses at all. Thelian Rangers, they've only got 113, which is a bit of a surprise. I don't know what the explanation for that would be when you compare it with some of the other Thelian Rangers. And so 407, that must be Faramir's company, I would have thought. And we also had the archers on the right wall, for the most part, shoot over to the left, and the archers on the left shoot over to the right, so that the arc of fire was better. Okay, maybe we had one unit shooting at, I don't know, maybe Sauron's will, or a more shielded unit than the others. However, the enemy lost about just over 50% of their strength in pure numerical terms. And I expect we'll do similar in the next end turn. Maybe even sally out and defeat them utterly. So, yeah, one unit there survived with 26 men. That might be as a result of merging some of these orc maulers together. Okay. So, pretty much as expected. I'm not going to sally out and attack these guys, as I said earlier. We're just going to end the turn. We should make enough money to cover that without any worries. And I should perhaps have moved over to see what the Variags were up to. I'm sure the camera will pan over in that direction if something interesting happens. Ah, so they're attacking us in western Osgiliath. We'll go ahead and fight this battle then. And again, I think I'll probably fight most of it off camera and I'll bring you guys back towards the end because it's just going to be the usual sort of setup. So I'll go ahead and begin the battle and you can join me later. So here we are, ready to receive the first attackers. We've got our territorial guardsmen formed up as usual, braced and ready. We've got our Fountain Guard and our Gondor Spearmen behind, and then Boromir here and Forlong the Fat, I think, back there. So the missile troops have stopped, so we'll have our archers focus on them. I guess you need to be a wee bit further forward to shoot that far. Right, that'll do you there. Sauron's Will coming in. So yeah, the plan was either to do this, engage their archers at a distance, or if sometimes their archers charge right into melee, if that had been the case, these guys would just have shot into the mass. Okay, let's check out these guys. Okay. Not the best of charges, obviously, which is good. I think they're maybe a bit tired, having run all the way from the outside wall. But what's not quite so good is more Sauron's Will. No, that'll be the same. That's the same company coming in. So we'll get the Fountain Guard involved in that before too long. Continue to shoot away at those missile troops, and if you hit anyone else as they come in, so much the better. So with the archers being engaged back there, I'm likely to bring, I think we'll bring you up and we'll get you to charge into the back of the Sauron's Will. These guys haven't taken too many casualties as yet, but it's just a matter of time before they do. They're already starting to drop now. So we'll get the Axemen to go in against the heavy infantry in particular. Right, off you go. Good charge, please. Not that you get a massive charge bonus. There we go. A few losses straight away. And there's about 3,500 of them on the way in, I believe. So it's just going to be slugfest for a long time. So I think I'll probably let this go for a while and then I'll bring you guys back once we're closer to a resolution. Okay, so we've managed to get most of them to rout here. We're now just going to go and chase them all down. We'll bring forward our cav so that it's in position at least. And you can come out of shield wall formation and go after people as well. We've suffered some heavy losses. At one point we had lost 18%. Of our force and they had lost 17, but hopefully now that will change. You're not on spear wall or on guard mode, so please go and chase down the enemy. There are some forces here that have recovered their morale slightly. I don't expect them to stand very long when combat resumes. And keep the cav moving forward so that it's in position. we've got our militia coming through here as well. Actually, let's have the cav just pause there for now. Let the rest of the troops get through. You should also be up there helping out. Let's send our Gondor spearmen after those maulers. I just click anyone at random because units are all so intermingled. And may as well speed up again. You can see they're all returning to the fight, but again their morale should break quite quickly. Let's have Boromir pop defensive stance for good measure. If we go back there, just light infantry. And again, starting to break. Casualties at the moment don't seem too bad from this combat. Okay. A lot of lag. Going at 6 times speed. Let's get the cav moving now. Actually, let's slow this down and we'll get the cav moving. Still get some troops coming forward, I suppose. They're shaking. Yeah, cav, stay back here actually. There's no point trying to force your way through all that. Right. I think they're all turning to run mostly now. Let's have you stay there. You go after these guys that are coming toward us. Boromir, you do the same. We'll have the units best able to defend themselves take the lead. These guys are all wavering. Looks like there's 4 or 5 units actually still in there, but there we go, they'll break. Mass routes. Attack these guys that are still undecided about whether they want to run away. These guys are all broken. But then we've got more returning to the battle. So let's have you begin to push forward now. You as well. You get in amongst it. And I know you're tired, but if you could run too, that would be great. Don't let these guys hold you up. Militia, they've broken now. And I think that's the end of... No, not quite.
Behold how our
Continue it
cowardly
for now. We
foe
want to make sure that
runs.
they're
It's time to
wiped
press the
out.
attack.
Let's get the cav to try and push forward. We'll get the cav in front of them as much as we can. And we'll have you chase after them, you after them. Okay. And we can fast forward once again. Here comes our cav. You head up there. Where are you? Oh, you're trying to get through that mass. Right. Can't move very far. Let's get... Yeah, okay. There we go. Better. Get up there and then across to the gate. And cut off the lines of retreat here. There we are. Now we can start to mop them up. Don't need to worry about 35 orcs. Yeah, we've over 85% of them dead already. Let's slow this down a bit. Not quite that much. Yep, and this is our troops coming through. I don't think there's anyone else in range. Well, let's attack these guys. They've already made it off the map. And that's 95%. Okay, and we'll leave it at that.
The enemy are utterly
So
vanquished.
328 losses.
This is a great victory, worthy of only the mightiest
Territorial
of
guardsmen, as you'd expect. Arch militia also took. Yeah, I suppose that will have been archery duel. 4 experience gained for our cav because they captured 1,000 orcs. Okay. And this is good. Although they lost 39 men, 131 casualties. We didn't lose any friendly fire for once. Because we didn't actually shoot into the mass of melee combat. Okay, done and done. So another successful defence. And not too costly this time. And hopefully we'll be able to, for the most part, retrain the units that took the heavier casualties. Ransom value of 6,000, that would be lovely, but off they go. And now we need to keep an eye out for the Variags. There they are, laying siege. Yes.
Show yourselves!
Okay. Lorien under attack. We have some archers. Lundgallant and Tarnost got its unit of militia. Minas Tirith has mines. We're at minus money. I guess because we've lost income from some places, as well as recruiting more troops. Yeah, so tempted to go out and start beating these armies up, but they've got the 3 full stacks up here, plus these guys. So we'll bide our time. It's nearly time for the barracks event. This army here,
I will not waste
lots and lots of cav. I wish I could have recruited some territorial guardsmen in here. Some spearmen against their cav. Never mind.
Ready your weapons.
You will get there. And we'll bring the cav down as well to join in with this force if we can. Should I attack? No, I think we'll come up and we'll stand behind the settlement. And then see what they want to do about it. You never know, Dol Amroth might send an army up to help us out. unlikely. I think I would like to go and attack in there, but with a big army and a garrison, chances of that with the forces that we have available are very slim indeed. Right, time to put in a break. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment, rate the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and I hope to see you again next time. Cheers.